Here until 1 o'clock tonight, it's Late Night Graham Torrington. Alex Alley is my guest on the programme this evening. He spent lots of time around the water on boats and he's about to embark on a challenge. So, you've been having a little success with yachting, and 1990 sees you taking part in an international competition.
Yes, this was when I was at Southampton. We were racing on 40-foot yachts. I was part of a team, and there were 3 boats in the England team, and we went off that year. We were set up to race in this big international competition, effectively the World Championships for that class for the year, and we won. What
was that like for you personally?
Well, at the time I was 19, 20 years old, quite cocky at that time. It was an amazing experience to be part of that team because we were so close-knit and we were so professional. You know, every event we went to, we expected to win. We were just, everything just clicked and we just gelled so well. So there was hardly any speaking on the boat. There's hardly a word spoken when we were racing because we just knew each other instinctively, and that was a real pleasure for me to be a part of that team was absolutely amazing.
Now I know you like the odd challenge because away from yachts too, bog snorkeling. For anybody who doesn't know what that is, explain what that is.
Oh, this was a crazy thing to do. This was the World Bog Snorkeling Championships in a little village in Wales. And it's literally a peat bog, and they get a JCB, and they dig a 60-yard trench, I think, 60 yards long, 2 yards wide, and it's 2 yards deep. So it's just a deep, muddy trench full of this muddy water. You can't see more than half an inch in front of your face. And the idea is you swim down this trench, touch a post at the end, and swim back, and it's who can do it the quickest. So we did it in fancy dress and came second.
Right. If you hadn't been wearing fancy dress, do you think you'd have come first?
Well, we were beaten by a pantomime horse, which I think is quite amusing.
Anything else you've done?
Well, raced around the world in a around the world yacht race. That was with a crew of people. That was a 10-month race. That's how I met Paula. That was 12 years ago now. That was,
and you've recently taken the world record for the Length of Britain Challenge too. Explain that if you can.
I have. I've bought a 40-foot race yacht specifically to set some records, and I'll tell you a bit more about the other records in a minute. But the Length of Britain we did in December. There was 3 of us on the boat, including Sean Conway, the big beardy guy who swam the Length of Britain, and I believe he's been on your show.
Yeah.
And so Sean was on the crew with us, and another sailor, a guy called Phil. And we set the record from Land's End to John O'Groats in just over 83 hours. That took us.
Wow, that's amazing, isn't it?
Oh, it's absolutely phenomenal. The weather just clicked in, but it did go quite light when we got up to Scotland. So I think we could have gone even quicker still.
I understand there's a few more world records that you're hoping to take on too.
Absolutely. I mean, what I've got at the moment, the campaign we've called the PixelBoat campaign. So it's this 40-foot racing yacht, and the plan is to get another 8 world records in the next 2 years, culminating in the solo non-stop around the world record for a 40-foot sailing boat that's been done only once before, in an identical boat to mine. And that record sets at 137 days, 20 hours, 1 minute and 57 seconds.
Wow. How long does it take to set up something like this? I mean, you don't just, weigh anchor and away you go. This is a big organisation, isn't it?
Oh, it is. What's gone in behind the scenes, it's taken a huge amount of effort and commitment. I'm not a wealthy guy. I'm not a millionaire. I'm just an average guy that likes sailing. So trying to fund a high-end campaign like this is easy. I mean, I half jokingly but half seriously say, the sailing around the world is the easy bit. It's getting the money to do it is the challenge. So when I started looking at how I could fund this campaign, obviously sponsorship is the obvious route, but trying to find, £200,000 from a corporate sponsor, particularly in the current financial climate, is incredibly difficult. But then I had this brainwave. I thought, why don't I get 10 companies to sponsor £20,000? And then I just broke it down. And I thought, well, hang on, why didn't I just get thousands of people to sponsor £25? and then that'll raise the money that way. So that's hence the name, the PixelBoat.
Right.
So the whole side of the boat, we've got 6,500 of these sort of 2-inch by 2-inch squares. And then for £25, people can upload their photograph, and that is building a mosaic of photos and logos on the side of the boat.
This is crowdfunding, obviously.
It is. That's exactly what it is. It's crowdfunding. So companies, people are buying pictures for their wedding photos. I've got people putting pictures of their dogs, their children, grandchildren, birthday presents, deceased relatives in memory of. All sorts of things are going on the side of this boat, and I'm loving it. It's just such a wonderful thing. I have no idea what it's going to look like.
Tell me what it's like when you're on a challenge like this. You're going around the world. You're on a boat. This is what you want to do. What runs through your head? Let's take you back to being an 8-year-old lad in that boat. Your dad pushed you off for the first time. Do you still get that same feeling?
Oh, every day. Every day I'm out in the boat, I just pinch myself. It's like I'm living a dream. I can't believe that I'm on this boat sailing along. It is unbelievable. The boat itself looks like a spaceship. It's like nothing else in the marina. You rock up into a marina, and it's like you've taken a Lamborghini to Tesco's. It is just so different to everything else. There's nothing inside this boat. There's no toilet. There's no cushions. There's no seats. There's nothing at all. It's just purely built for speed.
Right. Well, beggars the question then about when you go to the lavatory.
I've got a bucket. That'll never get blocked.
We'll leave that thought there just for a second. If anybody wants to get involved, where can people find out more about what you're doing?
Well, I've got a website, and that's probably the easiest way to follow me, and there's various links at the bottom for Facebook and Twitter and things. But it's through my website where people can follow where I'm up to and follow the tracker as well.
Which is alexalley.com, yeah?
That's right, yeah.
So that's we'll put a link to that on my Facebook page as well. If anybody has problem finding it, you can follow it through the links from Late Night Graham Torrington on Facebook. When does all this get underway?
Well, it's underway now. It's ultimately a 3-year campaign that we started in December last year with the length of Britain. Since then, the first half of this year, we've had some work done to the boat. We've got some work to do still on some of the electronics. I'm currently on standby for my next world record, which I'm literally just waiting for the weather. So any day now, if the weather comes right, then I'm off on that one. That's just a short one, but I can't say what it is at the moment.
All right.
My various sponsors won't let me.
But the bag is packed. Is it ready to go?
The bag is packed, absolutely. The boat is there. All I've got to do is untie it and go and break a record.
As easy as that. That's what
Absolutely.
it sounds like. Well, I wish you all the best on that, Alex. And when you come back from all of this, maybe you'll come back on the show and tell us about your adventure.
No, I'd love to.